Multimodal is defined in the Australian curriculum as the strategic use of two or more communication modes to make meaning, for example, image, gesture, music, spoken language, and written language. Our group has decided to create a multi-mode digital presentation including pictures, audio, music, movement, gestures, and appropriate language. The topic that will be discussed will be children's literature. We want children to see us as adults enjoying reading, laughing along with them, getting drawn into the drama and suspense, and providing them with the key they need to learn and read. Children's literature is writing and illustration that explores the value and meaning of human experiences by imaginative language and pictures.
A good picture book considers the themes, characters, settings, plot, point of view, illustrations, format and layout, language, style, illustrations, line, texture and morals. Storytelling involves sharing stories as it is a massive start to children learning, and it also impacts readers and listeners to imagine things they would never have thought of. Stories have always been told by people, and telling stories is completely different from reading aloud. The body, hands, face and particularly the eyes are the great tools of a storyteller. Storytelling also is a voice, narrator of the fairy tale that is shown to state what happened, but never states why something may have happened, and fairy tales purposely disengage the audience from the story. Choosing and using children's literature involves children picking different books to adults. It sets goals for them to read up to 4 times a week, and many great literature teaching activities include chalk talk, audio books, making books, puppets, role movie and readers theatre.
Involving children in exploring and analysing literature is important, as through reading books aloud to students, it allows the teacher to show them the process and purpose of analysing a text, while also having a greater influence on what the children will then read themselves. By asking questions and brainstorming, creates meaningful discussions surrounding literacy and comprehension of how to dissect text while reading them. Critical literacy looks at the meaning of underlying text by critically analysing and dissecting the relationships between social factors and the language of the text and how it is communicated, while also going deeper into analysis, looking at the author's beliefs, values and attitudes being portrayed through the text. It is critical for children to see themselves within a text due to the large multicultural society we live in.
Reading aloud is the desire, such as it is described by Treelise as a magic ingredient when it comes to reading. We read aloud to children as teachers and parents to help create this desire in them. Narrative complexity involves the format, illustrations, language, text features and topic of a book.
For my resource, I decided to choose Reading Eggs. Reading Eggs is compatible with laptops, iPads, computers and Androids. ABC Reading Eggs is equipped with all the learning resources you need to guide your way through the Australian curriculum. Reading Eggs links to the children's literature in multiple ways and influences the mood of a narrative. They provide a vast array of ebooks and different types of texts, exploring how the setting of a story shapes events. As a teacher, you need to know how to navigate through the Reading Eggs menu. As you can see, there are many options to take. You can manage students' profiles, details including assigning students to their appropriate reading levels. You can also check students' learning progress and gain a level overview of all students in the class. There are a range of resources that can be used on the interactive whiteboard. The resources include activities, big books, student worksheets, lesson plans, and much, much more. As a teacher, you will have access to results from the students in your class. You can see how many lessons the student has completed and the results at the end. This is in the library section of Reading Eggs. Right in the centre there is a Find a Book section and also Books of the Days. There's a Science section, as you can see, an Animals section, an ocean section, and an adventure section. I'm going to click adventure, and I'm just changing the age range down to 5. So I've clicked on the book A Mighty Helper. So it comes up with instructions on the side, very easy to understand for all students. I'm just clicking next. As I turn through the pages, it does read through the book out loud so that children on younger or lower levels can follow with their finger.
Audiobooks welcome students to books beyond their reading level, as it's informative and it teaches critical listening. Equipment needed includes books, an audio player such as computer, and an overview of the text. Inclusion, listening, imagination, focus, and engagement all play a part in children's needs with audiobooks. Audiobooks monitor children's learning progression through observation, guidance, and awareness.
Walt Disney's Pinocchio, Jimmy Cricket said with a chirp. But Geppetto's happiness soon faded, for deep in his heart he wished that Pinocchio were.
The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake.
Parody books involving children in exploring and analysing literature helps students to explore the relationship between words and pictures and how they complement or contradict, and encourages children to read more diversely, as they need to both read the original and the parody text. The students need to have read the original stories and parody text and be able to analyse text while reading along. Early years learning needs parody books which promote creativity and ideas, thinking outside the box, and it allows children to read more diversely and explore and analyse literature more deeply. Monitoring of learning can be done through teacher or parent and peer feedback and reading in pairs.
Slow and steady wins the race, which brings to mind...
Another fable?
This one I call The Hare and the Tortoise. Once there was a hare with an, you'll pardon the expression, unnatural appetite. He not only ate 3 square meals a day, but he ate them every hour on the hour.
Boy, do I love food. Hello. Let me speak to the grocery store. Hello, grocery? This is Mr. Hare. No, not the follicle-type hare, the rabbit-type hare. Look, send me over a bag of walnuts, will you? Walnuts. I gotta have some right away. That's right, walnuts.
Unknown to the hare, the grocery store had just hired a new delivery boy, or rather a delivery tortoise, and we all know how slow tortoises are. It wasn't until a year later that the walnuts reached their destination.
You, Mr. Hare?
Yes, I'm Mr. Hare.
You order walnuts?
Yes, I ordered walnuts, but that was a year ago.
I know. That's why you got walnut trees.
Trees? Nuts, yeah.
Similarities are that engagement of the children is key and inclusion is a must. The differences are that the skills taught are different with each resource, they use diverse equipment and tools, and all have different learning outcomes.